On today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Jakks Pacific Star Wars Rebels Ezra Bridger. An astounding 18 inches of Ezra. This comes to us from the new line of Star Wars Rebels toy line. This comes to us from the folks over at Disney, and it also comes to us from the folks over at Jakks Pacific. Jakks Pacific, in regular fashion, has released a bunch of different figures, but all of the larger scale. I really like these too because they would be ideal for kids. You know, sometimes kids don't really want to accommodate, they don't want to carry around a little small figure, they want something big. And the folks over at Jakks Pacific have made a large figure of Ezra Bridger. On the back of the package, there we go right there, features 7 points of articulation, 18 inches tall, and includes a lightsaber. Your read-up says Ezra is a street-smart thief, pickpocket, and small-time con artist with amazing reflexes who finds himself caught up in a growing rebellion against the tyranny of the Galactic Empire. Down below, you can collect them all. There's the other ones down there. We got the fighter pilot, Ezra Bridger, and Cannon Jarrus. Be also sure to head over to www.starwars.com as well to check out more from Star Wars. JacksPacific.com, well, Jakks.com, www.jakks.com, Jakks.com. What I am going to do is take a break. Very large figure, so unfortunately it's not going to fit all on camera, but we're going to take a break, get this open out of packaging, and when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Star Wars Rebels 18-inch Ezra Bridger. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. When you get Ezra out of packaging, yes, he is a very tall figure. It's standing at 18 inches tall. He comes with two pieces. He comes with a lightsaber beam, and he comes with the lightsaber handle. You just have to take the two pieces and plug them into place, and you've got Ezra with his lightsaber. Now, the lightsaber itself is molded in. In fact, Spot thought he could take it out of the hand, but it looks like it actually is glued to the underside hand of Ezra here, so you won't be able to remove it, but you still can get Ezra holding his lightsaber. He certainly is a very tall piece, though, and so much so that Spot doesn't have the accommodations to fit him all on frame here. One thing that I do like about Jakks Pacific, and mentioned before, is that they are producing toys for kids to be carrying around. Now, these may not be necessarily geared towards the collectors out there that are going to be wanting a high-end collectible. This is going to be geared towards a kid that can take this to, where they're going. I look at this really as my first something. And Jakks Pacific is good for doing my first of things. Godzilla was an incredibly large piece. Equally so, they've done things for WWE, Star Wars, and now Star Wars Rebels. So this isn't, again, geared towards everybody, but it is geared towards kids that want a, my first Star Wars figure. And with Star Wars Rebels now being a new hit series, it's nice to see that Jakks Pacific did release an 18-inch version of Ezra here. Facially, he looks a lot like he does in the series. The colors are very vibrant on his outfit as well as in his face and his hair. I think the sculpt is quite nice on the piece. It's very clean. I don't see any imperfections at all with the paint. The sculpt on the hair is very nice as well. And he even has some markings on the back of his outfit here. I suppose one thing I'm not too crazy about is the visible screw holes on the back. Generally when it gets to the larger pieces, I find like a lot of the larger pieces have visible screw holes on the back. Doesn't really bother me too much because really at the end of the day you're really only going to be looking at the front of the figure here. You're not necessarily going to be looking at the back, but kind of wish there was a better way to kind of conceal the screw holes on the back of the piece. When it comes to Ezra's articulation, he's a little more limited, being again he's a larger scaled piece. He does have a swivel in his head. His head just rotates left and right. He has a full swivel in the arms. He has a swivel in the hands and the wrists themselves, and also on the side that has the lightsaber here. And also he has a pivot in the legs. Now, the legs don't pivot all that well forward. They do pivot quite a bit back, but likely due to the way that it's been sculpted, there's a section right here, right at the thigh area, that butts against the waist section. So it means that the leg unfortunately can't go any further than right about there. And that's really about it for articulation. I kind of thought that he had articulation down at the lower calf, lower foot area, because of the way there's a seam right there, but the seam is only due likely to the way it's been installed. There's no actual swivel there. Yes, Ezra Bridger here is not a figure that maybe every collector is going to want to get out there, but one thing that Jakks Pacific continues to be releasing is these large figures, which, again, if I was a 5 to 10-year-old child, I would want to pick this up for myself because I could carry it around with me. It's a good large size that a lot of kids don't really always want a very small action figure. I can take this out to to the playground and I can play with it as if I'm actually playing with a character from the show. I do really dig these. Spot will also want to probably picking up some of the smaller scale figures too from the Star Wars Rebels series, and we'll be having a look at those guys as well. Today's Toy Spot, we were though having a look at the Jakks Pacific Star Wars Rebels Ezra Bridger, the 18-inch figure, coming to us again from the folks over at Jakks Pacific. Jakks Pacific also has a YouTube channel, which I'm going to provide down below. If you guys want to check out more of what they are producing, you can head over there and subscribe to Jakks Pacific. Thanks for watching as you always do, guys. Certainly stay tuned. Spot's going to have more videos heading your way. Thank you for watching as you always do. I'll see you guys next time.